I'm good. I'm good.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. We were just talking before the break about the wave of technology that is hitting our lives. Tell us a bit about what got you into a program and an organization such as SPIN.
Okay, so actually, I am not a techie person at all. I am all about the kids and making sure that they are up in the game. They need to have all of the access that everyone has, especially our BIPOC community. And that's really what brought me to it, because I was like looking around and I was thinking, why don't I see brown folks, black folks, in this industry? And then I searched it and along came STEM and SPIN and all the things. And I was like, this is it. This is it for me. Let's get these kids in these colleges, in these programs, so that they can start the wave.
Well, I got to say, my son is really great with math. And so people have been talking to him. He's about to be a senior next year. People have been talking to him for years about STEM.
Right.
And I know that they even started to say STEAM because they wanted to throw the arts in there.
Yep.
But, so much of what our young people are understanding now is the world of technology from a younger age. So we're seeing more coding programs, things like this coming through to summer camps and all of that. Just really exposure is kind of key to some of this. Tell us a bit more about SPIN and what y'all do.
Okay, so SPIN we have multi-layered programs pretty much for everybody. We start in kindergarten with our enrichment programs. We go into what we call our SPIN Girls Club, which is 6th and 7th graders. Then my huge program, which is 8th, 9th, and 10th graders, which is SPIN Girls. Then we have SPIN Fellows, which is our 11th and 12th graders. And I could break all those down, but we pretty much do everything with those students in school programs, develop our own school programs to get them going, and not just the one entity of STEM, right? So not just science, not just technology, not just engineering or math. We do it all. We show them the interconnectedness of STEM. And then I'm excited about, you're going to have to invite us back, because we have our YET program, which is exactly kind of what you were saying there, is that, there's more to it, right? And so it's our Young Entrepreneurs Project. And we show them that STEM is in those boards, in those production boards of music. STEM is creating your own brand and label and steam pressing and cleaning and all of those things. So our program really is about, it's so much more than STEM or STEAM. It is about capturing what youth are looking for and finding and paving a way for them to fit into this grand world of we don't even really know where technology is going to take us and where we're going, right? We were talking about the AIs. We have no idea. We want them to be prepared to do whatever it is that is to come.
Well, it's important, honestly, for young folks to understand the connections between STEM and the real world.
Yes.
And I love that, because maybe other programs do that, and so I don't know all the programs, but it's great to hear that there's some intentionality there with SPIN, because the truth of the matter is that sometimes young people hear this and they think boring. And right?
No.
Like, oh, snooze fest. And really, you're saying, no, look, we can show you how this connects to the things that you love and things that you're already accustomed to in your lives. Because nowadays, young folks are picking up these cell phones and know how to navigate them.
Babies.
And do all. It's incredible. So this is really at their fingertips. How do y'all really connect that? Because so much of the activity is already happening in their daily lives.
So we connect it by just asking them what they want to do. We survey. We really, truly are just our first days of our programs, all of them, is looking at the kids that are in our programs and trying to pick up what it is that they're going to be interested in. We have curriculum, but our curriculum is so fluid that we can just, make it work for this person and that person and that person. And like I said, we can have all of the STEAM aspects going in one program, because that's what is needed for our kids. So really, we really just make it fun, because that's what it needs to be. We really believe in the fact that we are there for the kids, and if they're not into something, we'll switch it up real quick. So that's really how we stay engaged with them, is because what do you guys want to do?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with asking.
Well, that's necessary nowadays too, because in order to keep kids engaged, we know that the attention span has shortened over the last few decades because of the rise of technology. I think a lot of folks are just used to having exactly what they want at their fingertips, at the drop of a dime. So we really have to be able to be flexible with the approaches now when it comes to curriculum. What are the logistics of SPIN? I mean, you were talking about different age groups there. Are y'all embedded in the schools, or do, families have to sign up separately? What are some of those logistics?
So everything you can find on our website, but the logistics of our Spin Enrich is, yes, we are in several schools. Spin Girls, we are all throughout King County, and the great thing is that you can come to our office located in the Renton Highlands. We're a part of the RTC campus. We have a building up there, and participate. You sign up through our website, and then we just start rolling. You're a Spin Girl. With our YEP, right now we're at Cleveland High School. For that program, students that go there can sign up the same way you would sign up for any class that's going on at Cleveland. And also with YEP, we have summer programs going on for them. Our Spin Girls Club, which I'm excited about, we have summer camp going on at Black Dot in July for 2 weeks. It's going to be live, all the things for 6th and 7th grade girls there. And so we're kind of everywhere, but really, if you want to get going in SPIN, become part of our family, just go to our website at stempaths.org and look at all of the different programs we have, because we're everywhere.
Well, no, it's good to know that, because, we talk a lot about how, families have been gentrified. There's a lot, if you're really trying to reach, young people from the global majority, you have to go where they are. And I think that it's important for any program nowadays to understand the need for us to be all over these different counties, right? Like King County is very diverse, and it's great to know that y'all have thought about some of your approaches here. And I'm hearing you say these things about Spin Girls. I realize that there's a lot of attention to women, particularly for STEM. Tell us more about that intentionality, because I think I've read that a lot of this is to really try to get more balance in the industry. But tell us more.
So our intentions around focusing on female identifiers is simply because we're still in school, and our girls are being told you're not good enough, or they're silenced in the classroom. One of my passions is the school to prison pipeline, and females are invisible. Black females are invisible in that too. We are dropping out of school, being pushed out of school at an exponential rate. So imagine how much harder that is to get into a great college that has, for generations on generations, identified as a school that is good with STEM or technology, math school, and being a Black female especially. I can only speak for my own race and my own identity, but I can't imagine. So we are really trying to just build the confidence to, I always say, take up space, be okay with taking up space, be loud and proud and ask questions and have no fear in that, because that is really what it is. We are so often, as BIPOC women, navigated to be teachers, but we are so much more. I'm a former educator, so not knocking on being a teacher, but we are so much more than that too. We could teach the teachers, and be the ones that are leading all of this. And we know that there's pockets, right? There's pockets of BIPOC women in this industry, but there needs to be more than that. Then don't get me started on wage gaps, because that's a real thing. So, the more women in STEM that we have flooding the industry, the more they're going to have to say, hey, there's so many things wrong here, that we really need to just really try to level out. Equality is so much more than, what we think equality is. It's all of those aspects and making sure that we're just putting those pavers there for people to rise up on.
Yeah. Absolutely, 100%. I agree with this, and I think I've heard from other programs there's really a reason for that specificity for young women, and so I love seeing it at elementary school age, middle school, going into high school, because you actually need that pathway. And so many different programs that are geared toward youth also have to take into account the whole family.
The whole family.
And that's something that I really want to talk to you about, because I know that a lot of programs that are geared toward young folks are really beginning to understand that, right? Yes. It can't just be, we have this thing here, but how does SPIN take into account, we need to care for the whole family in order for this young person to participate?
Right. So I am so glad you said that. We believe in giving our students that are participants stipends in the program. We do have an intentionality around each and every student, and we try to say, what is it that you need to be a participant? How can we help? We are always asking that question in all of our programs. Transportation is huge on our brains, and though we don't always have the money to be able to do it, we'll figure it out. And we just really think about all of those aspects. I'm a mom of 3. I know how hard it is getting my own kids everywhere that they want to be a part of. So I really take that into consideration for my students in our programs. And that's really what we do. I would speak to our fellows program that is really individualized, and they think of all of the aspects around meeting our students where they are, literally going and meeting them and saying, okay, let's have 30 minutes to talk about what's going on in your world. How can we make sure you're on the right path? All of those things. Our YEP program, our program manager, he is moving. So that's really how we try to think about the whole family, as just knowing that access is everything, and making sure that we're not just closed off saying okay, here's where we are. You got to, make this happen in order to be a part of us. No, we're out. We're doing it. We're asking. I think I've said that so many times, but just ask what people need.
Yeah.
That don't assume, but ask. And that's how we really build and shape our programs on how to have that whole family. And then, because we do have our office location, we try really hard to make sure that the whole family is covered, because we do have those enrichment programs. We do have those middle school programs. We have those high school programs. Hopefully soon, we're going to have some space for adults to even be able to come in and do some things in our, we just quoted the lab, in our kind of maker space. And so we're going to be there for the whole family.
Amazing, Keshia. This is great. So, program happening at Black Dot Underground this summer. Look right there. Make sure folks know how to get connected with SPIN.
We want you to come be part of our SPIN family. Please go to stempaths.org and look up all of our programs. There is definitely something for you, but especially this summer, we have multiple camps going on in all of our programs, so check it out. Come visit me. I want to meet all of you. I know how awesome this audience is, so STEM Paths.
Oh, amazing. Keshia, thanks so much for being with me today, and thank you for your work and energy and effort in this field. It is so necessary.
Thank you. Thank you for spotlighting us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anytime you got a new update, just let me know.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, right on. We're getting this.